Imagine having brilliant ideas but zero coding knowledge. Well, we are designers, not coders after all. And if you're anything like me, this can sometimes feel really frustrating. But Framer just changed the game. They have released a bunch of exciting updates lately, but Framer Workshop is hands down my favorite. Why? Because this powerful new feature lets you turn a simple AI prompt into a fully functional component right inside Framer. Sure, there are a few caveats we'll cover, but overall, this is a total game changer. Don't just take my word for it, in fact. Let's build some amazing components together, the kind you probably never thought possible without writing a single line of code. Let's jump in. So here's my blank canvas on Framer. To access the plugin, hit Command K and select Workshop from here. This will open up the Workshop plugin where you'll see a prompt box and some pre-made components here, such as text scrambler, scroll progress. You can also select and see what happens. For example, let's just select text scrambler here. So just enter the prompt. Make a text scrambler effect where each character animates to reveal a word that I can customize. So similarly, we can also add our own prompts, and the moment you hit enter, it'll start generating the code for the text scrambler component. And after a few minutes, you'll see this. Your text scrambler component is ready. Now, for people who have zero knowledge of coding like me, this almost feels magical. Now, see how the component also has customizable content like text, duration of the entire animation, font, color. You can always update all of this. So I just entered this particular sentence here. Hey, this is Rice Design Studio. So it had gotten updated in the component as well. You can also change the font if you want. Let's just add some random font here and see how it looks. So yeah. Now that we are customizing, let's just also change the color. So I'm going to update the color to maybe blue. And yeah, now for the most awaited part. Let's play this. Wow, it took a minute to sort of change the color. So I'm going to replay this and see. There we have it. Isn't this super cool? I mean, the possibilities with this Workshop plugin are endless, honestly. And that's what makes me so excited, honestly. It's like having a developer in your back pocket. You can just ask the AI to do anything. And also, there is no back and forth between ChatGPT and then entering here. Everything is just so seamless because of this. And also, see how I'm getting these related prompts to my actual prompt. So it's just analyzing what it could do to make the prompt even better. So that's the best part of it. Now let's just delete this one and create something of our own. So I'm again hitting Command K and opening the Workshop plugin to see if it does an equally good job if I'm entering something of my own. So let's just say, create a circle with animating rising waves so that it looks like water is being filled inside the circle. The color of the water waves should be customizable. Make sure the waves rise from the bottom and fills the entire circle as it rises up. So let's just hit enter and see what happens. So it has already started working on it, as you can see. The code is being generated. Now we just have to wait for a few minutes till the time it's done. And there we go. We have our component ready. It's time for us to play this and have a look. Well, it does kind of give that wave sort of a feeling, but it doesn't look very nice. I have to change a bunch of things here. So I'm going to change the wave height, wave length, wave speed maybe. And also the waves weren't rising. So we have the watercolor that's customizable. So let's just see if we want to change that. And I see there's something called the fill percentage though. So you can just adjust how much you want the water to be filled inside the circle. But I wanted something else. I wanted the water to rise from 0 to 100. So let's just say the fill should go from 0 to 100%. And let's see what it does now. Well, it's updated. Let's have a look at this again. I'm going to play this and let's just see if what we wanted has happened. It hasn't. So we need to, and the wave speed looked like a lot. So I'm going to adjust that. I'm going to bring that down slightly. And yeah, this is not what I wanted. Let's go back. Now here it has added something. I really like this one, add wave patterns. Let's see what this does. So I'm going to play this again and see if there are any changes. Well, there are no changes here. So I think there must be something in the properties panel. And yes, we have a wave pattern property here. So you can select the type of pattern you want for your waves. There is also an option to add a custom pattern, which is cool. However, I still want these waves to sort of go from 0 to 100. I'm wondering how that will happen. But here I can see there's something called defined fill range. So let's just select that. Maybe this is something that will help us achieve the 0 to 100 animation that we're looking at. Well, I see there has been a fill start and fill end percentage properties added in the component, but there's also fill percentage as a whole. So is this going to change it? Let's see. No, there are no changes here. So this is not really making any sense. So we need to still tell the AI what exactly we are looking for. So I'm going to type in here saying make it go automatically from fill start to fill finish. And let's see what it does now. So this is what happens when you're working with AI though. It always generates different results. When you enter the same prompt, probably you'll get something entirely different. And you'll have to have your own little conversation with the AI asking it to do what you really want. Now it has done. We see that the fill start as a whole percentage is gone. And now I think it should work because, yeah, this is exactly what we wanted. However, it's rising up very, in a linear motion. Also, I don't want this to be a loop effect. I want this to go up once and stop there. So let's just tell the AI to not loop it. So it has done that for me. Next, I want the waves to sort of move in a more natural movement. So I'm going to ask AI to do that. Now that's updated as well. So let's have a look at this by playing it. So yeah, the waves sort of move unevenly, you can see, and the water is rising up straight. So this looks great. This is exactly what I wanted. And let's just reload and have a look at this again. Isn't this cool? Imagine if you had to code this component. I mean, I could have never done it. This is just a game changer for me. This is magical for me. Also, I removed the water fill, and this is what it looks like right now. Isn't this super cool? You can use this as a loader. You can use it to enhance different parts of your design. So yeah, I'm going to try something out here. So here's what I did. I replaced O with this particular circle that we just designed. It looks cool. You can like add fun components in your portfolio, in your name. This is just one idea to show you that the creative possibilities are endless. So yeah. Next, I'm going to show you another quick use of the workshop AI tool that we have here. So let's say you already have some component on your screen. So I'm going to draw a quick triangle here. So imagine I already have this triangle in my design somewhere, or any other shape for that matter. This is just a reference. And I want to have an animation added to this. So I'm going to say animate this triangle so that it starts from a single point with lines drawing out to complete the shape. The colors should transition from red to purple to blue, and the animation should loop continuously. So yeah, let's just press enter and see what happens. Also, by the way, you can choose the AI model you want to use, whether you want GPT, Claude, 3.5, 3.7. I usually go with GPT 4.1 because it's fast enough. And I like the results for GPT, but yeah, you can always experiment. If you're not getting a particular animation in a particular AI model, you can switch. So that's the beauty of this entire AI workshop. So yeah, let's just wait for a bit till the time the code is being generated. And there we go. It has recreated the triangle. It looks nice. Let's just see if it works the way we want it to work. So I'm going to delete this one right here and bring this one right inside my artboard. And yeah, let's just play this and have a look. Wow, do you see that? It's transitioning from red to purple to pink, or red, pink to purple. And this looks great. I mean, all the colors that I mentioned are here. The transition is smooth and it's also looping, which is perfect. And if you see, you can also customize this, adjust an animation timing. You can just keep doing things that you want to and play and refine this animation further. Moving on. I am going to create something which you can create on Framer without coding by creating multiple components. But with Workshop AI, I just want to show you how fast is this whole process. So I'm going to say create an image carousel with customizable images that change as the loader progresses from 0 to 100%. And don't show the percentage number, just the progress bar increasing. So yeah, like I said, this can be done like using framework components and everything, you can create different variables for the loader and you can show the images changing. But look at this. This is going to be done in minutes with this, like we thought it would. So here it is. And we have the image like in the properties panel here. Let's just place it in the center first, just like that. And in the properties panel, you can see you have images, duration, bar color, bar background color, bar height, radius. All of these things are customizable. You can also change these images. Currently, these are links. I want to be able to upload the images. So I'm going to ask the AI to let me upload the images. I'm going to say, I want to upload images. So yeah. While the AI does its magic, we're going to wait, and there we have our updated component is ready. And now, as you can see, we can choose our source file. So here I have uploaded the images, and let's just play this and have a look what this interaction looks like. So yeah, that's the loader moving, and yeah, it moves kind of quickly, and it's not working perfectly. So I'm going to edit it in Workshop. Let's just go there. Something doesn't look right. Is my prompt obviously here. So let's just wait till it regenerates it. So yeah, that's done. This looks great. Now I want to customize the container style as well. So I'm going to select that and we'll take a minute to update and let's see what it does. So there we go. I'm going to remove the background color. I don't want that. And also let's just change the bar height slightly and also yeah, let's just have a look at this once before we do anything else. Okay, this is what it looks like, but it sort of moves quickly and I don't like the interaction as such. And this is not what I wanted also. So I'm going to say the bar will go from 0 to 100 before switching to the next image where it will again go from 0 to 100. So yeah, let's see what it does now. Let's just wait for it till the time it updates and there we go. So it has updated. Let's just play this and have a look. But before I want to remove the bar color to change the bar color to white. So yeah, I think it's white bar on a white background. So we need to change the background color. I don't want the bar to have a background. So I'm going to remove that. And yeah, let's just resize it slightly so that it takes up the entire space. And also quickly adding some corner radius here. And with all the little changes done, it's time for us to play and have a look. So yeah, now it's going from 0 to 100 before switching to the next image. Let's see if it does that. And there we go. There we have it. But I don't like the way the scroll bar is sort of moving backwards. So of course, I'm going to ask the AI to change it. So I can see the progress bar moving or going back when the image sort of switches. So that shouldn't be happening. Let's just say that. That shouldn't be visible. So let the AI do its job, let it update and see what it does. So yeah, that happened quickly. And let's just play and see if it's done. So yeah, the image scroll is working. And now when we move on to the next image, yeah, we don't see that scroll bar going to the starting position. So that happened nicely. I like the whole interaction here. Let's just go back. Now, this was comparatively a simpler interaction, which you could have created, like if you ignore the number of hours, you could have created it on Premiere itself. But I'm going to create another very cool interaction now. In the same carousel component that we have created, I'm going to use this as a base and build on it for our next interaction while this is ready. So let's jump onto that now. So I'm going to say I want the images to be black and white, and when I hover over it, my cursor changes into a circle of radius 10 pixels and I can see the colored image through that circle lens. So let's see what it does now. This is just to show you the creative possibilities really. Nothing else. You can try all of these on your real projects with this simple trick that you're doing right here. So there we go, our component is ready. Let's play and have a look if it's working. Well, the circle is too small clearly, but yeah, you see it is working. Let's just say I want to be able to adjust the circle radius, or instead of radius, let's just say circle size and hit enter. And there we go. Now, before we play it, let's just change the circle radius that we have. So in the properties panel, you'll find lens radius. Let's just increase that to maybe a bigger number, whatever you want. And yeah, isn't this super cool? Like wherever the lens is, you can see the colored image. And you can also increase it even further. Let's just do it 100 and play it again. And yeah, this looks great, isn't it? It's working alongside the progress bar that we had built. Well, the progress bar isn't as smooth as before. I think there are too many codes happening here. But yeah, this is what is doable now, and this looks great. I love this. Next, I'm going to create a card stacking animation and just wait for it. You'll see how cool this entire animation looks. So hitting Command K and opening the workshop plugin, here I'm going to type create a stack of cards animation where upon clicking a card, it moves to the back of the stack. The number of cards should be customizable and each card should support customizable images. So with that done, let's hit enter and wait for the magic to happen. And there we have it. Our card stack is ready and I'm going to place it inside our desktop screen right here in the center. Now let's look at this component here by selecting it. So we have 3 items. We can add more. But again, these are link of the images that you can add. So I'm going to be able to upload the images. So I'm going to write that in the prompt here. Hit enter once done and wait for the component to update. And once that's done, we can check here in the cards component. The images can be uploaded now. So yeah, I've uploaded all the images and now let's just play and have a look. So there we have it. We have this beautiful card animation. However, I want it to have that card stacking sort of a feel. So also I want to have like different stacking behaviors. So let's just see what happens when I do this. And there we go. When we look at this component now, when we select it, we'll notice we have different stacking styles, fan, cascade, and vertical. The way we want to, we can do it. I really like this fan. It looks kind of cool. Look at this. It's so nice, isn't it? So yeah, this is all about the workshop AI. You can keep playing with the prompt here. You can refine animation curves, enhance charge depth, do all of those things and build on this even further. Now, last thing that I want to show you is that you can go to framer.com/workshop where you'll find these cool components already made. You'll find the prompt for generating these cool components. You just have to click on this sparkle icon here on top and you'll get the exact same prompt. So we already tried the text scramble effect, scroll progress, then this slider right here, also this card tilt effect. So yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff out there waiting to be explored. If you watched till here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much and I'll see you next week.